You're watching the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it!
Good afternoon, welcome back to the Kop TV. A little Friday evening, little live stream for you. Get involved, get amongst it. Make sure you press that like button to start us off. And then, of course, the important one, subscribe if you have not already. And, of course, let me know what you're thinking to the following as well. Try and get as many comments up on the screen as we can. But obviously, as you guys know, I can't read them out all day long. You want your comment to be read out as a priority, go straight to the top of the queue if you do send a super chat, and that all goes into getting us studio, getting us etc, making more content for you. So thank you. Now let's dive straight into it. All right. Very important Jurgen Klopp press conference this morning, wasn't it, in terms of denying the Salah rumours, confirming that Konate probably won't be involved on Saturday, which again is another talking point. I guess it's a hot topic. Is Ibu Konate's injury record starting to worry you a little bit now? But he spoke to the press before the big trip away at Newcastle on Sunday, and I'll just go through the basics and then we can deep dive into everything. But make sure, as I said, you're smashing that like button if you have not already. Shout out to the Anfield lad. Shout out to Texas Zaif. Vamos, indeed, my friends. I'm here. Says Timothy Parish. So my mate. Good to be here with you. AGT is back. Shout out Mohammed as well. Right, let's dive into what Klopp has actually said then. So the first and most kind of important thing, I guess, to dispel any rumours that Mo Salah was thinking about this Al Ittihad rumors, I should say, of the stuff that came about yesterday. Let's see what he said about that. So he said there isn't a deal. It's difficult to talk about media stories as there's nothing to talk about from our point of view. Mo Salah is a Liverpool player. There's nothing there. If there was something, the answer would be no. He is not for sale. So one, he's saying that there's no offer that's even come in anyway. There might have been maybe a message to Mo Salah's agent in terms of, do you fancy it? Al Ittihad have obviously got their big ambitions of bringing Mo Salah, the biggest Muslim player, into the league, which I think is inevitable at some stage. I do think it happens, if not next year, the year after. But let's not forget, he has still got a contract till 2026, I believe, or is it 2025? But even if it is next year, they're going to have to pay massive bucks to get him out of that contract. So it might come around one day. Klopp also went on to add, my life philosophy is that I think about a problem when I have it. At the moment, there's nothing. I said already, if there's something, the answer would be no. Mo is still committed. Is Mo committed? 100%. So these are all great, markers that have been laid by Klopp now to say that, one, he's not for sale. And even if he was for sale, there is no offer on the table. And then if you fast forward a year or 2 years when it is time for Mo to leave, we are still looking at big bucks in terms of, the financial growth that he can have, the influence that he can have on that growth in Saudi and the other kind of Middle Eastern countries. So it's inevitable one day. But right now, we know that Mo Salah is 100% committed. He is his own rival. He's his own competitor. He wants to always better himself, rarely gets injured. And I think, you saw that from when he started pulling a strop when he came off against Chelsea on the opening day of the season. So Mo's not going anywhere. Again, it all popped up yesterday, didn't it? It was flying in all the WhatsApp groups. But Mo is not going anywhere. On the Newcastle game, he says an away game at Newcastle, and they're an incredibly strong team. Super development under Howe. Smart business. Two standouts are Tonali and Barnes. Really good, he says. Interesting that he's actually picked out Tonali and Barnes when you've got, I suppose, Isaac, Wilson, Bruno, Joelinton. They've got so many good players now, Newcastle. But he said this is a massive atmosphere, so it's a tough one. They are in the Champions League very deservedly. Super development under Eddie Howe. Great business in signing Sandro Tonali and Harvey Barnes. You mentioned them twice. They have a super intense style and a massive atmosphere there. He also confirmed that Trent is okay. He then went on to say that Thiago and Curtis from Monday onwards, so again, they'll miss out, which I think is actually understated how much we could do with Thiago and Curtis right now. It's kind of like the situation where you know, maybe they're not both starters. That's Curtis certainly was. Thiago certainly has been over his Liverpool career. But right now in this rebuild, are they nailed down starters? Maybe not. But to have them as options from the bench, we've missed that massively, Thiago and Curtis. And I cannot wait. If Klopp is saying that they're ready for Monday, that means they're going to hopefully be available against Aston Villa next Sunday. So, yeah, massive misses. I'm really going to overstate it. Massive misses, Thiago and Curtis at the minute. And also, Ibu is a doubt. He said playing for 30 plus minutes with 10 men didn't help. So that's the first that I was aware of, the Konate injury, if you want to call it that. But again, the question I'm asking you in the title, come Sunday, 4:30, 3:30 when the team's announced, do you want to see Joel Matip, number 32, or do you want to see Joe Gomez, number 2? Klopp also had a very, very interesting thing to say about Jarrell Quensah, which we'll get to, but he said on McAllister's red card, it was a massive relief. He said, very good news. I think we made the point. I think most agree this is not a red card, and it's a bit of a message. Too early in the season, this was not a harsh tackle. We were prepared to play with 10 men, and we had to fight through it. But we did. We got the 3 points, and we got the 3-game ban overturned. On Endo's debut, he said it's early days, but he can add balance. He only had half a session last week and came in to defend with 10 men. He did exceptionally well for that. We've had him for 3 sessions now this week. He looks good. I was happy. But it was not expected, talking about his debut. And as we go on to the Saudi money aspect, if you want to call it that, he said, it's not cool for us. That's clear. If we want a player from Wigan, say we go there and we pay the price, same in the Bundesliga. Now there's a next level and it's not great, but this is part of the business. Not sure you can change that. What makes it impossible to deal with is our transfer window closes and they stay open. Then we play until the 1st of January and this is our squad. We have that problem. I remember something like this in Russia a long time ago. This was not completely crazy money. It's new and challenging. I'm pretty sure FIFA could change the deadline like this, but I'm not sure they want to. Interesting. And on Jarrell Quensah, and again, this is a whole different video. The fact that he kind of said today that the players that we've got are the ones that we're going to deal with when it comes to defenders. He said, in an ideal world, we have 8 centre halves, and I have no doubt about the quality of the boys. Quensah is a super talented player. You know, I'm a big fan of Jarrell Quensah. At this moment, we are covered. I think that was the key line to take away. Are we covered, though? I would disagree with Klopp there. I've seen a couple of people today on social media maybe saying that the lack of incomings is actually more aimed at Klopp instead of FSG. It's an interesting question that I thought I'd ask you in terms of where does the buck stop? Because it seems as if, from what Klopp's saying, that it's his decision on any more incomings. He's saying we're covered, but obviously as a fan base, we'd still like another centre-back. So if Klopp's saying that, boy, I mean, he said it, but we'll see. The time will tell to see if we're covered. He said at the moment we're covered, but it's not where you can be prepared for every situation. We will do our absolute best. I'm tired of doing our absolute best because that to me is not enough, really. We need, I mean, obviously we aim to be our best every day as humans, as players, but trying to do our best seems a bit, hopeful, to be honest, in terms of, you know, if we did get another centre-back in the next week. And again, I say week, it's 6 days now. We've got to get another player or 2 in. I would say we still need extra cover. But again, what do I know? But yeah, Konate struggling with a muscle injury, and then Klopp kind of left the press conference. So let's get your reaction to that. Shout out to everyone who's with us right now. Let's jump into some of the comments. Tim, I watched Klopp's press conference, but I turned it off after the first question. It's pointless in my mind to entertain. And I agree. I agree with you there, Tim. It's very much a social media thing, that was, with the whole Salah to Al Ittihad kind of thing. I think realistically, if you look at Salah's contract, Salah's wages, he's more than happy to stay at Liverpool, and that's finally been kind of put to bed today. I hope that's the last we hear of it, though, because I don't want to hear no more of it. Ed Rin, I think he stays this year, but next year I think it's going to be time to wish him goodbye, and hopefully with 150 million price coming to us. Hopefully. if not more. Shout out to Sean Casey. Big up to you, man. Interesting, all this Salah rumours, but another week without a signing. This is FSG, guys. We are getting blindfolded. FSG out. Says Sean P. Casey with the super chat there as well. Well, listen, man, there's 6 days to come. I'm going to do a full kind of transfer window review video when it's all over, when it's all said and done. But don't forget as well, another thing that could distract us from a lack of signings is the fact that on Monday, I believe, it's the first day of September, which obviously, as you know, next Friday, a week today, it's the first day of September, which is the end of the transfer window as well. But that also means that the Europa League group is drawn. So can that take another distraction away? I'm not too sure, but thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciated it. J Marks, Gomez will be more suited for filling in at right back. I'd tend to agree. Seeing Gomez at centre back last season, apart from the Man City game where he was man of the match against Haaland, there was a couple nervy moments. I'm not going to lie to you, but against this Newcastle team with the likes of Callum Wilson, Alex Isaac, both very, very fast, direct. I think my answer is Matip. But if someone persuaded me to go with Gomez, I would also go with that. Listen, we haven't seen any mistakes this season from Gomez and Matip. They haven't played, so got to get massively behind them, of course, whoever plays. And Nat Phillips, centre, says, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I thought his deal to Leeds was all wrapped up. If I'm honest with you, I'm surprised that he's still at the club. And you know how much of a fan I am of Nat Phillips. Shout out to him and each and every time. Currently with Liam Gallagher's daughter. Shout out to him. Don't look back in anger. Matip. We knew, says Raymond Dooley wants Matip. Come On You Reds TV, says Gomez. Shout out to Come On You Reds TV. Great place. Amazing place. Special place in my heart. The Palm Beaches official Liverpool supporters club. It's called, what's the bar called? The Irish, what's it called? Anyway, I went there a couple months ago. Had the best day drinking with these guys, filming content, and they've just started up a YouTube channel. So massive shout out to Come On You Reds TV. FSG will sell him if the Saudis, not the Audis. The Saudis offer 150. I would want 200. Big up to Yuvraj. Big up AGC. How are you? I'm good, mate. How are you? Let Kwanzaa play as centre back, so young, aggressive, and talented. Do you know what? When is this guy going to get a chance? 18, 19, powerful, strong, big, quick. He literally he ticks a lot of boxes in terms of a young centre-back, a leader as well, captain for the reserves. I think he's ready to step up. Klopp's mentioned him in the press conference today. I'm all over it. I want him to start, not start every single game, but start getting some minutes. Shout out to Sleeping Dragon. My starting 11 would be Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Endo, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. I agree with you. Apart from Gakpo, I'd go offensive. I'd go Nunes, big Darwin. I'm going Darwin up top on that one. But yeah, interesting to see kind of what else is on the horizon in terms of transfers coming in. It's starting to get to that point where a little bit losing hope in terms of what's coming in. I'm going to go on Twitter now and see, or I should say X. I'm not going to call it X, by the way. It's going to be called Twitter in my head, for sure. A little bit on the rumours where Liverpool would sell Salah if they can get Leroy Sané. So my job as buying insider was to check, are we going to lose Sané to Liverpool? I heard that Salah is very concrete and it could happen, but you won't get Leroy instead. Says CF buying Christopher Falk. Yeah, not going to happen. Bayer Leverkusen have blocked an approach from Liverpool for Piero Hinsapie and have said that the defender is not for sale. In the final few days of the window, the Reds are now looking for alternative targets. That was Pete O'Rourke for Transfer Footy Insider. I saw his name pop up this morning. Hinsapie. David Lynch spoke about him as well. I think there's a little bit of an interest. But what are we to believe then? Because if Klopp says the Irish Brigade, that is it. Great place. Great Guinness in there as well. Shout out to Come On You Reds TV. But if Klopp says that we're not interested in another centre back. We are covered. He's bigging up the reserve players, maybe dropping hints that they could get some game time. Is he deflecting us? Is there still bits and bobs going on in the background? Because if you are to believe what he said today, you would be of the opinion that that's it. Business is done. Shops shut. But this Piero Hinsapia has come out today by Leverkusen defender. Again, we do need a defender. We've been linked with Mickey van der Ven all summer. Who else? What other? Name them. Name what other centre backs are actually linked with us at the minute. We've also heard that Liverpool hold an interest in Rennes defender Arthur Chiate. Please, no more offers at the club, but he is reported to be available for around 30 million. But the Belgium international could be a name to keep an eye on in upcoming days. Again, David Lynch dropping hints, but in the last few days, we're going to go for Chiate, and apparently we're going to go as well for this by Leverkusen defender Piero Hinsapia. Great name. So again, the Corey rumours have gone quiet. There was some slight rumours or comps or tweets going around this morning about Kefran Turam, Manu Kone still lingering, but nothing's happening yet. And I think at what point do you what point do you go in the next week till the window shuts? So at what point do you give up and you say, well, actually, we're not getting any of these, are we? We're not actually going to get anyone here. Because I've still got a maybe 10% of hope that we still will. But at the same time, I would not be surprised if we don't. That's just how it is with Liverpool, unfortunately. Cheikh Doucouré, we still don't know what's going on there. I was really a fan of bringing him in, but I think with Endo, if we are going to buy anyone, I'd actually lean towards maybe a defender now. Not what I want, but what I think the club will now do. I would go midfielder and defender. But I think the club, if anything, there's a 10% chance, according to me, I could be wrong. Of course, I probably am wrong. But for me, I think the club go for a defender now, not a midfielder. And it's even got to the point where people are on Twitter saying Liverpool are delighted to announce a new 4-year deal for the canteen manager, Carroll. See it there? That's how desperate we are for signings at the minute. Do what Sleeping Dragon says. Please do like the video, comment, and subscribe, people. No one picked Endo as of this morning on FPL. Not even one FPL account. Do you know what? I'm gonna get Doyle to set up a FPL league because I know someone in the comments just asked about it. So I'm gonna get Doyle to sort that out. Again, I've heard the same rumors that you have in terms of someone from QIA potentially meeting John Henry to talk about investment. That's clearly the club's end goal, I guess, when you look at the November-December period when we were up for sale, essentially. No one gave us the money. No one offered us the money. So all of a sudden, we're actually looking for investment. So it wouldn't surprise me if they are talking to the Qataris. But again, it's got to the stage now where the common thing to say, and this isn't my opinion, but the common thing to say would be, I don't want to take money from the Qataris. But then your morals go out the window. You're scared of not progressing. You're scared of no success. You haven't bought as many players as you wanted to. So you go, we'll take it. And your morals go out the window. But again, that's not my opinion. But at what point does desperation kick in and you just want someone to come in with loads of money and sort it out? I'm not going to lie. Not seen either of them. That's the honest truth, Damien. That is the honest truth. But if they're linked to Liverpool, I'm going to have a look, aren't I? Big up AGT. Haven't caught you live in a while. Hope you're good, my guy. Keep up the good work. Shout out to you, Marcel. You'll never walk alone, my bro. How much would you consider selling Salah for? 200 mil. Take it or leave it. Talk to me. Want a right-footed centre-back who can play both left and right CB. Also, did you guys see Fluminense? They played last night. I think they won 1-0. Andre scored a deflected goal. Had a great game by all accounts. Again, another player that we've been linked to, but is it going to happen? Probably not. At least not till January anyway, because that's what they're saying in terms of wanting to keep him until January, because Fluminense do have a very important game coming up as well. Camera's gone a bit blurry. Why is that? Let's recalibrate it if we can. I think it's because I moved out the way. It will get back eventually. Sorry if I'm a little bit underwater right now. But that's just how it is with technology these days, right? There we go. You just got to look at it and it sorts itself out. Yeah, this is a bit of a mad one to actually admit. And again, it's something that everyone thought of. We've been saying it. They look after their own mates. They sort their own out before anyone else. And that's clearly what Mike Dean has admitted to in terms of that Romero Cucurella hair pull from last season. He's my mate, so I didn't want to send him to the screen. It's pathetic, but to actually hear him say it out of his own mouth. And this isn't a ref that retired years ago. This is only last season. And if you think about the impact that that lack of decision had, a red card for Tottenham should have been a penalty to Chelsea. They could have won the game. It was a draw. Maybe Thomas Tuchel doesn't get sacked. So it does have ramifications. There's big knock-on domino effects from this. It's wild to hear him actually say it. He's my mate. And that's what the average football watcher down the pub says. Oh, he's looking after his mate. He's just said, he just proved all these people right, unfortunately. So I can't believe he's done that. There's going to be a lot of backlash from that. And I don't know, man. I wouldn't have said that myself. Would not have said that myself. We need to win on Sunday. Konate is a big loss. Matip needs to turn up. Again, we're debating right now, you know, is it Konate out? It is. Is it Matip or Gomez in? Let us know in the comments what you think of that one. But it's good to know that Salah's not for sale. I don't want to hear no rumours on that again. Let's just rule it out. Yeah, me too. Vase of flowers. There you go. That's you. Controversial, but I don't want a left-footed centre back, says Riku. Shout out to you, Riku. And LFC today says, why is it Groundhog Day? Every window, always left short, and Klopp thrown under the proverbial bus. It's like he takes the blame now. Any criticism directed towards him will be lynched on social media, etc. Suarez on Rafael. Hair pull of a legend for sure. Evening, Alex. Hope okay. Funny, isn't it? All this Salah stuff. We are literally playing Saudi FC on Sunday. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Absolutely mental. But shout out to you, Ant. Big up. Right. Get them in. Again, it can be Salah, it can be Matip, it can be Gomez. But just to round it all off for you once again, the links to Doucouré, Gravenberch, Amrabat, Vega. He's now gone to Napoli after a scare from the Saudis. Doucouré, I've said him already. I'll say him again because he's been linked so much. All these guys are now off the radar in terms of rumours. We'll have to see what happens in the next 6 days. I don't want there to be a mad rush if we do something. There can't be a big mad rush. That would just be ridiculous. So if we're going to do something, do it in the next couple of days, but it's not going to happen. Again, 10% chance that we get anyone. In answer to your question, Kanya, shout out to you. Yeah, I unfortunately agree. But yeah, any last minute questions before I go? Let us know. Again, get your predictions in, your lineup predictions, get your score predictions in as well. We did do a great Newcastle preview yesterday with Matty Renton, and I did one on his channel as well, so go and watch that. So yeah, AGT, comment on Mike Dean. If you just rewind a couple minutes, you will see it. But there you go. That is your news update from the press conference from Klopp this morning. Salah not for sale. It's between Matip or Gomez to start against Newcastle on Sunday. Don't forget, I'll be live straight after the game. And everything else that I spoke to you about. Dog update, he's in the other room. He's being annoying today. He's doing a little madness. I'm going to the Analogues later at the Philharmonic with my dad to watch the Beatles show by the Analogues. So I'm buzzing for that. So no dogs, but I have to leave soon. That's why I've got to get off. Gomez and Matip are shambolic. I'd rather have Quansah over those two clowns. I'm not sure about clowns, mate. Say whatever, Lovren. No, come on, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. 2-1 Matip winner. Love that. Probably not, because I'll be in this concert. But yeah. You need to go to the gym with Mario. Okay, thank you. That's nice. Cheers. Is this the guy who's always telling me to eat burgers in Jurgen's? Because how are you telling me to eat burgers every day and then telling me to go to the gym with Mario? It makes no sense. Yeah. But anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. Friday afternoon. I hope you can watch this and get a little bit of an update. And remember, like the video, comment with your thoughts on the bunch of stuff that we've spoken about, and then subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. What have we got coming up? Instant Match Reaction Live, taking all of your guys' questions and comments after the game on Sunday. And then we go into another week where there's more football, more hot topics, more match previews, and the like. So really looking forward to the next week. We've got to make sure we win this one on Sunday, get back into it. And if you want, we can do one of these as well. Just let me know in the comments now below if you would, if you'd like me and Tegan to do another one of these. We're aiming to do one next week anyway. But shout out to you, Sleeping Dragon. And shout out to everyone who's watched it. Right. Just under 25 minutes. You've had a nice little round up there. Go and enjoy your Fridays. Be safe. And when the fun stops, stop. Take care. Up the Reds.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Please, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV.